Fireworks time again tonight in some towns across Iowa. Now, cities like Des Moines, West Des Moines, Urbandale, they've banned the use of fireworks tonight. But some other towns will allow fireworks to be shot off until 12:30 to celebrate with fireworks. And, of course, that's got pet owners thinking about keeping their pet safe and healthy tonight. And my expert on that, the pet health and longevity expert, is Lauriston Crockett, who's on the WHO Newsmakers line. Lauriston, welcome back to WHO in Des Moines, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. It's great to be back with you.
Well, I wanted to talk to you tonight because in some towns across Iowa, people are allowed to shoot off fireworks tonight till 12:30, and that's got pet owners concerned. What are some of the tips that you would give those pet owners in dealing with fireworks tonight?
Well, they should be concerned. These pets, it's natural for them to be afraid of loud noises.
Yeah.
And they become, it triggers their nervous systems, and they become very anxious and afraid, and it puts them into a panic mode. So they start running away from homes. We get a lot of dogs to get out. Sometimes they get hit by cars. So what I would suggest you do is let's set up a safe room. You can put a little white noise in there if you want to put a little light music. But the biggest thing we can do is keep them distracted. And definitely do not take them to any events with us, because these loud booms can actually hurt their ears.
Well, Lauriston, that's such a good point. There are so many people these days, and I know you've seen this, where, they'll label their animal, for example, a comfort animal, and they don't want to go anywhere without them. So it's very realistic to say to people, look, you're probably thinking about taking your pet to a fireworks display or to the neighbor's house for fireworks. That is not a good idea. I don't believe that would ever be a good idea. Am I right there?
You are absolutely correct. And you know what? Let's put them first. They have total loyalty and love for us. That's priceless. So in return, we really need to take care of them.
Yeah. How about, that sometimes they have to go outside, Lauriston. So is it a time to try to minimize that for pets?
Well, I would definitely, first of all, take them out for a really good walk. Let's exercise them earlier in the day. Let's make sure they've had some great exercise, or a little bit tired. And if you do take them out and there's a chance that they could possibly get loose, let's make sure they have a leash and a collar on them. Let's also make sure they have their tags or microchips, so if they do get lost, we can get them back home again safely.
Lauriston, if I sense that my pet is actually a little bit jumpy in the coming days, and maybe I think it was fireworks related, is there some way I can reassure my pet? I can make sure that I can get my pet back to normal, for lack of a better term?
I don't think there's really a way to prepare them what's going to happen, because it only happens on a couple of occasions with, July 4th and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But what you can do also is that, the Gift for Life has a CBD product that will help calm them down.
Okay.
And also, you can call your veterinarian and ask for some type of mild tranquilizers, but you can also use Benadryl. So I would say is definitely call your veterinarian, make sure what the proper dose is, and that will calm them down, make them a little bit sleepier, maybe make the night go by a little bit easier as you stay with them.
While I had you on the line, Lauriston, I wanted to ask you about this latest innovation in pet safety that I, in fact, was talking about on the air a few weeks ago. The technicians at Ford, they've been designing a lot of soundproof items for cars, and somebody had the idea, hey, maybe we could use this for kennels, for pets. This would allow the pets to have a quieter environment. What's your thoughts on this latest development?
I read the article with the Ford Motor Company also. It's a great idea, but the technology is extremely expensive. These houses have not been produced at all.
Yeah.
To me, I think it was kind of a publicity stunt. I'm always going to tell you the truth.
Sure, yeah.
But, hey, we're talking about Ford motor cars here. But, there's other ways of soundproofing a crate, if you want to put your dog in a crate.
Yeah.
Also, we have that technology that we use in our studios.
Yeah, I had not thought about that, but we've already got soundproofing technology, and that would be something that you could use. I mean, you really can ad-lib a little bit, can't you, when you're trying to keep the noise from bothering your pet, especially like going to the airport or something like that?
Well, yes, you can. I mean, we have the egg crates, that we use in radio studios, and we have the soundboards. They're still kind of expensive, I think, for the 2 nights. I think if you just kind of follow the examples that I've been giving, we're going to keep them safe. We're going to get them through it. And they're going to be okay. But there's a couple other things I'd like everybody to remember also on New Year's Eve. Let's make sure we keep the alcoholic drinks up high.
Yeah.
We don't want our pets getting into that. And now that marijuana is becoming more legal, we have to be more careful because our fur babies are going to kind of search those edibles out, and that's the last thing we want to do is have them ingesting marijuana. If you do, be sure and call your veterinarian immediately.
Well, and that is a great point, Lauriston, because quite frankly, there's some people that think it's really funny to get the pet drunk or have the pet in a room where people are smoking pot. And we're talking long-term damage, aren't we?
Well, we are. We're talking about depression, unsteady walking, vomiting, severe cases. Even smaller dogs, one drink can be fatal to a small dog. And also in these edibles, if you're using, a different type of sweetener like xylitol, you and I've spoken about xylitol. It is deadly. It'll crash your blood sugar, glucose levels immediately. You won't even have time to make it to the vet. And we really don't want these dogs having marijuana in their system. It's not good, and it can actually have side effects.
Lauriston, that is such a great thought, because the last time that you and I talked, we were talking about being careful with your pet, feeding them off the table during your Christmas and Thanksgiving celebrations. Same thing's going to happen on New Year's Eve. You got to keep an eye on your guests, don't you? Because it'll be, they'll think it's fun and maybe think it's, they're being friendly to the pet by offering them something off the buffet or off the snack table, but that's not a good idea.
It's not, and when your pets are coming up and this is their home, you have to remember, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You need to be the alpha wolf. You have to lay down the rules, because when those puppy eyes comes up, people come over to my house.
Yep.
And I've got a buddy over here, and Max immediately goes to a friend of mine named Kevin, and he gives him the eyes and stuff. But Kevin knows the rules of the house.
Yeah.
Is that we do not give extra food. We keep them on their diet. We don't want gastrointestinal problems. We don't want an onset of pancreatitis, and we don't want a trip to the pet vet.
Absolutely. That is pet longevity and health expert Lauriston Crockett. Lauriston, always good advice. Thanks very much for joining me. Happy New Year to you.
You're a blessing. Happy New Year.